Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Dyvonne and I'm going to share with you how I make this delicious boysenberry cobbler with the most simple crust that you could ever make. So I grow boysenberries in my backyard and I had a bumper crop last season, so I froze some of my berries so I could make a nice berry cobbler whenever the family wanted. And these are my frozen berries and I have here about 4 cups. And this is a 9-inch pan that I'm using, and a 9-inch or a 10-inch pan will work. Now I have 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and the lemon juice also came from my lemon tree. So this is how I put together this cobbler crust. So first in my bowl, I put 1 cup of flour, then I added 3/4 cup of sugar. So 1 cup of flour to 3/4 cup of sugar. Now you can go all the way up to 1 cup of sugar depending on how sweet or tart your berries are. My berries were kind of sweet, so I only used 3/4 of a cup of the sugar. Now to my bowl, I'm also going to put in 1 egg, and that's an egg that I have at room temperature. You want your egg to be at room temperature for your recipe. So once I put my egg in, and I had broken up that egg a little bit, you can beat it really well, but you definitely want to make sure that you break up that yolk and mix it around. So I added it to my bowl, and then you see what I'm doing there? I take my spatula that I have, and I'm pressing that egg into the flour and to the sugar, because I wanted to create those crackly pieces, because that is what is going to be our cobbler crust. And then I take my measuring cup and I'm going to scoop that topping and I'm going to put it all over my berries. I'm going to even it out, and you're going to have some of the crackly pieces from being attached to the egg, and then you're also going to have a little bit of dry pieces from the flour and the sugar. It's going to all come together. Now here in my bowl, I have 6 tablespoons of butter that I've melted and also I've cooled. You want your butter to be cooled, because if your butter is hot or warm, it's going to melt your sugar too fast, and we don't want that to happen. So I went on and I put that 6 tablespoons of melted and cooled butter, and I'm using salted butter. Now if you're not using salted butter, and if you're using unsalted butter, put a pinch of salt in that flour, sugar, egg mixture. Now my oven is preheated to 375 degrees. We're going to bake our cobbler for 35 minutes to 45 minutes. And then what I like to do is, once I place it in the oven, I also put it on top of a cookie sheet, just in case we get a little overflow from those nice plump berries. And so my cobbler is out of the oven. It baked for 40 minutes at 375 degrees in my oven. And this is what it's looking like. It is smelling good. It is looking good. You want your cobbler to be nice and golden brown on top. It's also going to be hot and bubbly around the edges. Well, I'm going to go ahead and serve us up some. It is nice and warm. And oh my gosh, do you see how these berries have done? I love growing fruit in my backyard. And so I'm going to scoop us up some, and we're going to also serve it up with some ice cream. Now this recipe is really simple. It's one of those old school, old-fashioned recipes, and I see why it's really stood the test of time, because you just need some nice fresh fruit or even some frozen fruit and those kitchen staples of flour, sugar, butter, and egg. Well, I've went on and I've topped it with some vanilla ice cream right there for us. And you can also serve this with some nice fresh whipped cream. That also goes really nicely with this. Now this recipe, I've made it different variations with apples, with fresh peaches, and I'll put a link to those vlogs. But I'm going to give y'all the first bite. Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite. I'm going to scoop that berry up, and let's see how we did. Y'all, this comes out so good. Now, if you enjoy old-fashioned recipes like I do, a great way to keep them alive is by sharing them. So be sure to check out my playlist on baking from scratch. And one of my favorite recipes is my grandmother's spoon cake. And I'll be sure to put a link to that vlog in the description box below, as well as a list of all the ingredients I used today. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. And show this video some love, give it a thumbs up, and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And click that notification bell so you never miss out on a new recipe share. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.